A very good morning to you. Thanks for staying with the AM Report. Let's start off your sport in this hour with rugby news, where Ardie Savea is set to etch his name into New Zealand rugby history this weekend as he becomes the 15th player to reach 100 test appearances for the All Blacks. Savea, who made his debut in 2016, will become only the fourth loose forward to achieve this milestone when he runs out against South Africa at Eden Park on Saturday in a back row consisting of Wallace Sititi and Simon Parker. With 30 test tries, Savea stands as the most prolific try scorer among All Blacks forwards in history. Of his 99 caps to date, Savea has started 74 matches and been part of 72 victories in the black jersey. Savea now prepares to bring up his century, joining a distinguished list of All Blacks greats whose longevity and impact have shaped the legacy of New Zealand rugby.
I guess they're legends of the game, JC and Ronnie, and honour those guys, and I guess being pioneers and paving the pathways for us players to come through, especially us young Pacific players. But the guys that kind of had more influence for me was the guys like Victor Vito, Jack Lamb, and Faifili Levave. They're the ones that kind of took me under their wing when I first came into the rugby scene and just looked after me. So yeah, so many boys that kind of inspired me, but also just looked after me and made me who I am today.
Regular Springbok captain Siya Kolisi has been passed fit to face the All Blacks, but it'll be Jesse Kriel who wears the captain's armband at Eden Park after coach Rassie Erasmus named his matchday 23. Kriel will partner Damian de Allende in midfield. Out wide, Cheslin Kolbe and Kanan Moody take up the wing positions. Veteran Willie Leroux starts at fullback. In the halfbacks, Andre Pollard and Grant Williams continue as the starting duo for a second successive match. Up front, Kolisi pulls on the number 8 jersey. Also returning is Pieter-Steph du Toit and Eben Etzebeth, who partners with Ruan Nokia. In the front row of the scrum, Thomas du Toit, Malcolm Marx and Oxen Chair. Erasmus has opted for a 5-3 split on the bench. The replacements include Jan-Hendrik Wessels, Bowen Venter, Wilco Lowe, Loot Diaga and Quagga Smith. Among the forwards, Kobus Reinach, Sasha Feinberg Ngomazulu and Ethan Hooker covering the backline. Well, to chat more about that team and preview Saturday's game, we're now joined by rugby writer Leighton Koopman from Cape Town. A very good morning to you. Were you surprised by this starting 15 and the matchday 23 that Erasmus released just a short while ago?
Morning, Baylen. No, not at all, actually. I thought it was going to be a very tried and tested a team that Rassie Erasmus will put out, almost similar to the one that he selected a couple of weeks ago, but injuries forced his hand there to change a couple of things. The only surprise I really think is in the squad is that of Ethan Hooker on the bench. I mean, to throw him in a big game like this, it says a lot of what the Springboks rate him at.
Yeah, can you speak to us a little bit more about this young 22-year-old Sharks backline player? What do you think he's shown that the coach has decided to give him this kind of match from the bench?
Yeah, he's got massive potential. I mean, a very versatile player who can cover both center positions and on the wing. His work rate, excellent. That is what he brought to the Sharks. Even in a Sharks campaign that didn't go the way they wanted to, he was one of the standout players. And just his ability not to ever give up, that is what makes him a good player.
What about Siya Kolisi? Our regular skipper is playing, but he's not going to be wearing the captain's armband. Why is that? I understand that they had some other ideas, and is this maybe not too soon to be putting Siya back on the field as he's still coming back from that knee injury?
Yeah, it's surprising to see Siya bracketed or picked in the 8th position. I mean, it's a couple of weeks since he picked up that injury, and Sure, it's quite a risk to throw him in at this early stage. I know Rassie said he's not gonna risk him if he's not fully recovered, but it seems like they feel he is fully recovered and ready to take on this game. It also is a massive game for the Boks, and they would want their strongest players. They would want the most experienced players to lead the team out on the field. Remember, Siya's one of only two players, he and even Etzebeth, who has played at Eden Park before. That was all the way back in 2013. That was the last time the Boks played there. So any bit of help on the field with the players that know the sort of conditions there will be good for the Boks. Quite interesting that he's back in the number 8 jersey. I thought Kwagga Smith did very well against the Australians in Cape Town when he had to slot in there. But obviously, this Boks feel he makes the best impact from the bench, and that was why he was selected there.
Leighton, why have Jesse Kriel wear the captain's armband when you've got Siya Kolisi on the field in the starting 15?
Yeah, that's the big question, eh? And I think it's purely for the matter that Siya was, Rassie explained it now. Jesse was told on Monday already that he will wear the captain's armband, and he's been leading the squad in the training this past week. So Siya was cleared, I think Rassie said only on Wednesday. So there was still a bit of doubt whether he was going to play. So
Okay.
if the captain, your regular captain, is still in doubt up until Wednesday before you select, then someone needs to take over that captaincy, and that's how Rassie explained it. Jesse led the team in Siya's absence after he picked up that knee injury. So he was the guy that was always on the training field with the players, and just to ensure there's a little bit of continuity there and have Siya focus on just playing his game without having that captaincy load on his shoulders as well. It could also indicate that maybe there's scope for Siya to still withdraw if something happens at the captain's run and he feels he's not ready. So it's better to have that settled guy there, that settled guy, and then have Siya play his game and just see where he ranks in terms of his fitness after that knee injury.
Yeah, it is interesting to see Siya picked again at number 8. I suppose also not having to wear that captain's armband in what is a position that is an unusual one that we're used to actually seeing the captain or playing in may also be quite a good thing. What is it about Siya Kolisi in this number 8 that Rassie sees?
Yeah, so he's quite that special link player. So having him link up with a back line, he's been doing it quite a lot. I mean, you would see him on a Saturday playing a lot at the back, providing that extra forward option, but he can also spread the ball, and that's the great thing about Siya. He's always had those hands where he can put the ball through the back line as that extra link player. But then also having him in the side, the breakdown will be crucial. And if he plays, he will be one of the Springbok loose forwards alongside Marco van Staden, who must ensure that New Zealand does not spoil the Boks's breakdown ball. They've had troubles against Italy. They've had troubles against Australia where, yes, they scored some very brilliant tries, but the Australians especially disrupted the Springbok breakdown. And you can see when Siya Kolisi is on the field, the ball is a bit more protected and he hits the rucks when they are on defense. But then when he's not there, it's sometimes a very big struggle in terms of cleaning the breakdown, getting that quick possession. So he will be crucial there in stopping guys like Ardie Savea, Wallace Atiti, when the Boks are on the attack and they want to slow the ball down.
All the Springbok fans are hoping that South Africa will be able to spoil that All Blacks party, spoil the celebration of Ardie Savea winning a century of Test caps for the All Blacks. Just quickly, as we say goodbye to you, Leighton, your score prediction for Saturday?
Yeah, that's a like a tough one. But if I need to take it off the head, I think the Boks, if they play it a tight game like they did in the last one against Australia, they should be able to take this by 3 to 6 points at Eden Park and get a first win in what, 88 years there.